Engines roaring in a mad race, mud splashing on every face. Rivals on the track ain't got a chance in this chaos we call our dance. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. In the dust and mud, we're permanently stained. Rolling through the night, lights blur and blend. Round and round the track, no clear end. Freedom found in every spin. In the dirt we find our way. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. In the dust and mud, we're permanently stained. We're permanently stained.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here this afternoon, as it is the Snowstorm Showdown here this evening from the beautiful Lernerville Speedway. These big block modifieds are ready to rock and roll. They are ready to go to battle here for a lot of laps, a lot of competition, and a lot of bumping and banging, beating and banging out there on the racetrack as drivers look to try to capture the checkered flag and try to capture the $400 prize tag that goes along with this afternoon's festivities. So $400 on the line for the race winner. I do believe it's top 6 are looking to get a payout here this afternoon. So even if you can't pull yourself up into victory lane, even coming home with a solid, top 3, top 5 run, you may be in the money. You may be able to earn yourself a little bit of extra dough here on this fine Saturday afternoon. So a lot on the line, and every one of these drivers are going to be looking to try to put themselves into that top spot, looking to try to put themselves into the history books as the Snowstorm Showdown feature winner here this afternoon. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as the action is about to get underway. If you haven't already, please do us an absolutely major appreciation. Is a major thing that helps us out here a ton on the gaming pages. Is make sure that you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and or subscribe button if you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Become part of the Peacemaker family today, as these drivers do see their practice session quickly coming to a close. They are parked down pit side. They're getting ready for the commands here and everything else, as we'll get ready to go to green flag action in just a couple more minutes, as there will be no qualifying. These drivers will be put into random pill draw heats here. So these drivers, they will not have to worry about qualifying, but they really gotta worry about trying to potentially work themselves through a lot of traffic here to get towards a transfer position into our A main feature event. If you get a bad pill draw, you start deeper in the field in your heat race. There's a lot of fast drivers that could be in front of you that you're going to have to try to navigate and get around and try to race your way up and into the show here this afternoon. For other drivers that may get lucky and start towards the front of the field, or maybe even at the front of their heat races, it's going to be a little bit easier easier for you, but you still gotta hang on to those top spots. You gotta be able to keep all these other drivers back there at bay, trying to make sure that you can work yourself into and through these heat races and not be a part of those consolation races. You don't want to be a part of those consies. You don't want to have to put yourself into a situation where you must win and you're in. You want to be able to get that accomplished right out of the get-go, quick and easy, and not have to stress about being in those consolation races where anything can happen and your night could be over in a quick hurry. As we will get ready here for heat race number 1. Let's double check here. So it is top 6 drivers will advance into our feature event here. Now I don't believe we can get the info here. Yes, we do have our consi, so we will be doing a consolation race. We will see drivers out there for that consi. So to be top 6 doesn't seem like it's that hard, but the level of competition here this afternoon is definitely going to make things very tough on these drivers here this evening. As Travis Creech coming in with that share on the broadcast. Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson. Mama Bear coming in showing the big love with that heart reaction here on the broadcast. How are you, Mama Bear, coming in showing the love here in this one. As alrighty, practice coming to a close. That timer about to run out. The checkered flag will fly here on this practice session, and that means we will get ready for our first heat race of the evening. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot of fun. This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very tight racing, and it's going to be a lot of crazy action to see who will be able to advance and put themselves into the show and who will start towards that front row. As we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. You can see them already loading in behind our official iRacing pace truck. We got 10 drivers ready to rumble here this evening from Lernerville Speedway as heat race number 1 gets loaded into the sim, and luck of a draw here. Logan Herbert will start on the outside, row number 1 here. Good break there for that 611 machine, as we'll get them all out there onto the racetrack here in just a couple more moments. Starting on the pole, though, it is the 07 rider. At least that's what SDK shows us as his iRacing number is the 07. It's Dan McLeod that will start here in the top spot. So McLeod will start in position number 1. Logan Herbert in the 611 will start there in position number 2. Starting in position number 3 in the 44 ride, that is Ralph Gemjin. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm probably getting it completely wrong, Ralph. I do apologize. As Glenn Townsend in the 28 will start in position number 4. Starting in position number 5 in the number 2 ride, that is Kieran Roundtree. To his outside will be the number 41. That is Tyler Knopf. Starting in position number 5 in the number 7 ride, I do believe, is the 2 machine, the Public Enemy ride. That is Sean McPhee. We also see the 357 of Braden Rich and Billy Roberts out there on the racetrack as well. And the Gears Unlimited Enemy Consulting Dirty Dig Performance 99 ride. Does look like Ralph and CJ Levert both going to miss the start of this heat race. So we're already down to 8 drivers here, looking for the top 6 drivers work themselves into the A main feature event. As Eric Detero, my boy Eric, coming in showing the love, says let's go teams Sheridan's, hopefully I'm saying it right, probably getting it completely wrong. As Eric coming in not only with that share on the broadcast, but also coming in with the big D of the day right out of the get-go, the 50-star dono over there on Facebook. I appreciate that, Eric, coming in showing the love here in this one with the 50 stars here to start the evening. As we will see that green flag fly, heat race number 1 is underway. Dan McLeod out in front as the BR Brighton Recycling Incorporated 07 ride tries to hold on to the top spot, but quickly down low, here comes Kieran Roundtree in the 611 of Logan Herbert. Herbert will take that inside lane and he will make the move and lead lap number 1 here in heat race number 1. So Logan Herbert out in front. Kieran Roundtree will slide back into position number 2, but he's already looking to work to the outside of Logan Herbert for the race lead. Sean McPhee in the 2 machine. He's been working his way up from deep in the field, already at 5 positions now instead of a transfer spot, and looking to try to race his way to the front of the field here in heat race number 1. The 28 ride, that is Glenn Townsend down the inside lane, but the outside rolling perfectly right there for Sean McPhee as he'll slide into position number 3, and now looking to try to put that 2 ride around the other 2 ride for position number 2 on the racetrack. As Billy Roberts up and into that 5th position, so the Gears Unlimited Enemy Consulting 99 right now into that 5th spot as Tyler Nuff right there in the Majula Say Speed Shop 41 will jump into that 6th and final transfer spot, moving Braden, Rich, Dan McLeod, and Ralph all the way back into position number 9 as Ralph still down and off of the racetrack, as unfortunately for the Brighton Recycling Incorporated House of Speed 07 ride at Dan McLeod, he is back in position number 8. He's on the outside of a transfer spot looking in, and that's what we talked about early on in this race, was having these drivers that start towards the front of the field. They really got to try to hang on, as there's a lot of hungry drivers back there behind them that will take advantage of any mistakes out there on the racetrack. And unfortunately for the 07 ride, he slides all the way back now to the rear of the field here in heat race number 1. He's got his Brighton Recycling number 357 ride. His teammate there, Braden Rich, right in front of him, as Logan Herbert continues to lead the way. The Herbert Graphics No Mercy Motorsports, the beautiful Public Enemy setup 611 rider Logan Herbert leads the way here in heat race number 1. Sean McPhee there in position number 2 is the Speed by Sean. Public Enemy Setups a number 2 machine there in position number 2, with Kieran Roundtree back there in position number 3. Glenn Townsend right there trying to hold on to position number 4 as the Richard Steyer Service 28 ride sits perfectly right now in a transfer position, with Billy Roberts rounding out our top 5 as the 28 up into the outside fence. Heavy contact there for Glenn Townsend. Townsend's in trouble here, trying to hang on to that ride as Logan Herbert has seen that white flag fly. Now going to see the checker flag. Logan Herbert will pick up the win here in heat race number 1, but on the final lap, that mistake into the outside wall will move Glenn Townsend from a transfer position to the 7th spot, and unfortunately he is on the outside looking in, as Braden Rich and Nuff were able to jump up and take that 5th and 6th position away from the 28 ride. Now we will see him in our consolation race, as we'll get ready here for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 about to load into the sim. Get a bunch of more drivers looking for a win here, as 6 more drivers will punch their ticket into our A main feature event. The other 4 drivers will load up their rides and jump into our consolation race here later this afternoon. So heat race number 2 out and onto the racetrack, and it looks like starting on the pole in the number 21 ride. It's actually the 1 ride. It's Matt Yorker. Yorker will start here in the top spot to his outside in that 75 ride. That is Travis Creech. Starting in position number 3, it's Aaron Conover. Hopefully I'm getting that right. And starting to his outside will be Quentin Sutphin. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Quentin Sutphin. I'm hoping I'm getting it right. I'm probably getting it completely wrong. As we also see Trevin McGrillis, Michael Farmer, Keaton Holder, Cal Rudy, and Tanner Pearsall ready to rock and roll here in our 2nd heat race of the afternoon, as it does look like Quentin Sutphin not out there on the racetrack to start this heat race this afternoon. And starting out in front, you do see that number 1 ride. It's the Ding Dong Motorsports number 1 machine of Matt Yorker to his outside in that 75 ride. That is Travis Creech. Creech will start there in position number 2. Starting in that third position in the 32 is Aaron Conover. To his outside in the Public Enemy number 9 machine. That is Bo Stencil. Stencil is going to start there in that fourth position. I knew we were missing one of those drivers. Is starting in position number 5 in that Premier Racing Setups number 98 ride. That is Michael Farmer. To his outside in the Brighton Recycling number 71 machine. That is Trevin McCreelis. Then we see Keaton Holder, Cal Rudy, and Tanner Pearsall bringing up the rear of the field. Is down through corner number 3 and out at corner number 4. We will see that green flag fly once again here from the beautiful Lernerville Speedway as Matt Yorker out in front will lead us down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway, they're 3 wide back for position number 4 on the speedway. Trying to hang on to that 4th position is the 71 of Trevin McCreelis. McCreelis now has that 79 right at Keaton Holder right down to his inside, but gets a big run down to the inside of the 75 as Travis Creech sliding backwards. Creech trying to hold on to that 3rd position, but the 71 going to slide up and take that spot away from. We'll see if he can find a little extra speed up through the middle and high side of quarter 1 and 2. Looks like he couldn't quite get the run he was looking for. That's going to allow the 71 of Trevor McCrillis to slide up in front of him, but they will go door to door down the front straightaway. A great race back here for position number 3 as you do see Keaton Holder trying to poke his nose into that battle as they're 3 wide here for position number 3. In the high side will pay dividends that time at a quarter number 4 as the Brighton Recycling House of Speed number 71 of Trevin McCrillis will hold on to that 3rd spot on the racetrack as Matt Yorker continues to lead the way. Yorker in the Ducharme Speed number 1 machine continues to lead the way. Bo Stencil back there in position number 2 with Trevin McCrillis, Travis Creech, Keaton Holder, and Cal Rudy rounding out our top 6. And right now, sitting in those 6 transfer positions as Aaron Conover in the 32 ride. The first driver on the outside looking in has Tanner Pearsall and Michael Farmer back there behind him as Matt Yorker looking to try to pick up heat race win number 2 here on the afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're just tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button as Yorker looking to try to pick up this second heat race win of the afternoon. Bo Stencil though trying to hunt him down as they got a pretty solid gap between themselves and our 3rd place driver Trevin McCrillis. McCrillis holding on to that 3rd spot as Travis Creech right there in position number 4 as Keaton Holder and Cal Rudy still rounding out our top 6 here in this one as that Randy Johnson iRacing Setups, Johnston Racing Setups number 2 ride rolls there in that 6th and final transfer spot. Aaron Conover still seeing that 2 ride continue to pull farther and farther away from him, trying to hunt him back down. As unfortunately for Conover started up and in that 3rd position, quickly fell back to position number 7. He's on the outside looking in and only has 1 more lap to get it done. As Matt Yorker down the back straightaway, you see the 9 right of Bo Stencil has caught up to him, but unfortunately looks like he may run out of time, but no, uses the high side, makes the move in the 9 right of Bo Stencil will seal our 2nd heat race win away from Matt Yorker as Trevin McCrillis back in 3rd, Travis Creech, Keaton Holder, and Cal Rudy will all work themselves into our A main feature event as the top 6 will move forward. Unfortunately, the bottom 4 drivers will load up their rides and they will get ready to rock and roll for our consolation race here in just a little bit as heat race number 3 is about to get underway. Heat race number 3 loading into the sim, and each and every one of them looking for the win is Jay Swagger Jr. coming in with that like on the stream. How are you, Jay? Jay coming in showing the big love here is Nathan Douglas Brown not only coming in cheering on Farmer out there on the racetrack, but also hitting that follow button, becoming a brand new follower there on our Facebook channel. Welcome to the Peacemaker family. Nathan coming in showing the big love here in this one, and my boy Caleb Durgy coming in showing the love here in this one as well with that share as Durgy says pill draw Pill drew last, laugh out loud, at number 17 from the back. Well, we're going to have to wait and see if Durkee can work himself from 9th and into a transfer position and maybe to the front of the field. And starting at the front of the field in the 916 machine, that is Nick Brundage. Brundage will start out in front to his outside in the 07 ride. That is Taylor Wasson. Starting in position number 3 in that 09, it is the Speed Ranch ride of Tanner Tomasi to his outside in the number 72. That is Hunter Hollenbeck. Starting in position number 5 in the 07, that is Riley Knoll to his outside in the 29 ride. That is Joe Vendetti. And then we see Jeffrey Hyatt, Kenneth Coe in the 22, and Caleb Durgan. Durkee time back there at the rear of the field, trying to go from 9th to 1st here in heat race number 3 as we are quickly back to green flag racing. Yo, what's good, Mr. Glenn Matthew? What is good, brother? How are you, my dude? How you doing this afternoon? Always good to see my boy Matthew up in the chat, showing the love here in this one. It's Craig Michael Deacon. Craig coming in with that like on the stream as well. How are you, Craig? As out in front, it is Nick Brundage. Brundage leading the way here in leading our first lap of heat race number 3, as they are 3 wide back there behind him in that 09 at Tanner Tomasi, right on the back bumper of Mr. Brundage, trying to take that top spot away from him. A little bit of beating and banging, a little bit of different moves as drivers sliding around the racetrack, and it is a tight fight here for that second spot on the racetrack, really for that first spot, as here comes that 07 O'Reilly Knoll down low, but contact with the other 07. 4 wide there for a split second, as here comes a move from Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi with a big run out of corner number 2, and he will jump up and into the top spot as he will move around Nick Brundage. Brundage will slide back into position number 2 as down low. Here comes Riley Knoll and Hunter Hollenbeck right back down low underneath of that 916 as hang on to it. Down and off the racetrack goes the 29 of Joe Vendetti. Unfortunately for Vendetti, he goes for a wild ride down through quarter 3 and 4. He missed that quarter and unfortunately now finds himself at the rear of the field and on the outside of a transfer spot looking in, as we do see Caleb Durgan quickly working himself up and through the field, now up 4 positions, and he joins our top 5 as the 29 of Vendetti goes for a wild one down through quarter 3 and 4. It opens up the door for Caleb Durgan to slide into that 5th position, giving himself a little bit of comfort here and a little bit of space as Kenneth Coe back in position at number 6, currently in that 6th and final transfer spot on the racetrack. Great racing action here as Brundage continuing to try to hold on to position number 2 out there on the racetrack as Tanner Tomasi continues to pull away. As Tomasi put on a heck of a show, a heck of a race here in this one. But man, oh man, oh man, it is a dogfight back there behind him for that second spot as we do see one driver getting up and into the outside fence. I do believe that was Hunter Hollenbeck. And now Hollenbeck has Caleb Durgan down to his inside. Durkee not done yet, as here he goes for the slide job there over the 72. Door to door down across the line as Caleb Durgan now in a fight for position number 3. Shot out of a can, and there down the back straightaway, a big run for him. He'll jump up and into that position as look out, Hunter Hollenbeck up and off the racetrack here himself, able to slide back onto the speedway and still in a transfer position. Unfortunately for Hyatt, Coe, Vendetti there on the outside looking in as the 09 of Tanner Tomasi will pick up our 3rd heat race win of the afternoon. Nick Brundage, Caleb Durgan, Riley Knoll, Taylor Wasson, and Hunter Hollenbeck will round out our 6 transfer positions, being that Hyatt, Coe, and Vendetti will all go to our consolation race. Woo, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been one wild race already, man. This has been pretty crazy, and we're looking for 6 more drivers to work their way into our A main feature event. And We'll have to wait and see how many people load in here. We did have a few drivers that did not load in throughout their heat races, so we'll have to wait and see how many drivers really take this green flag, and if there's going to be 1, 2, potentially 3 eliminations here from this evening's festivities, as we already have 18 drivers that have locked their way into our A-Main feature event. 18 drivers are racing in this A-Main. We'll be adding 6 more, meaning 24 will take that green flag for the $400 payday. $400 on the line for our feature winner. Top 6 payouts plus hard charger awards and so much more for these drivers to earn this evening. So we'll take a look here and see these drivers get ready to roll out onto the speedway and get ready to go to battle for what is the last chance dance here this evening. Is starting on the pole here in our consolation race. It is the 28 ride of Glenn Townsend. Townsend will start in the top spot to his outside in the 32. That is Aaron Conover. Starting in position number 3 in the 93. That is the Majula State Speed Shop Team CFM Esports, the Midwest Sim Sports ride of Jeffrey Hyatt. To his outside in the 07 ride, it is the Brighton Recycling 07 of Dan McLeod. To his to the inside of row number 3 in the 6 machine, that is Tanner Puresalt. To his outside in the 22, that is Kenneth Coe. Starting in position number 7 in the 29 ride, that is Joe Vendetti. And to his outside in the Premier Racing Setups, number 98, that is Michael Farmer. We got 8 drivers, 6 more transfer positions, meaning that 2 drivers will load up their rides and they will join the fans in the stands here this evening for our A-Main feature event. 2 drivers unfortunately will not race here for that $400 prize here this evening. We'll have to keep an eye out and see who can work their way into the show. As out in front, Glenn Townsend, a great start right there and able to lead us down the back straightaway, back down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. Glenn Townsend out in front leading the way. Now Townsend is a very peculiar race car out there on the speedway. We saw him in a transfer position in heat race number 2. He unfortunately got into the outside fence on that final lap. He ends up losing 2 positions, goes from position number 4 all the way back to position number 7 and misses out on a transfer position into the A-Main feature event. But now, being able to start on the pole here for this consolation race, the 28 rider is looking to try to work his way into the show here this afternoon. He's just trying to do it the hard way and getting even more laps out there on the speedway. As we look back throughout, you do see Aaron Conover having a great run right there in position number 2 with Dan McLeod back in that 3rd position on the speedway as the Bright Recycling 07 ride rolls there in position number 3. Tanner Puresall back there in position number 4 with Joe Vendetti and Jeffrey Hyatt now rounding out our top 6. Meaning that Kenneth Coe is going to have to try to battle here with the 93 for that 6th and final transfer spot into our A-Main feature event. And unfortunately for Michael Farmer, a little farther back here is that Premier Racing Setups ride. Have the right quarter panel damage here. That rear quarter panel pretty bent up here. Looks like that 98 ride may have gotten up into the outside fence down the front straightaway. And he continues to slide backwards. That car definitely lacking the handling here this evening. And he sits back in that 8th position and sees that transfer position pulling farther and farther away from him is now the 07 of Dan McLeod running into issues. Looks like McLeod got up into the outside fence in the 07. Goes from a transfer position to now on the outside looking in. And he himself is looking to try to hunt down Jeffrey Hyatt and Kenneth Coe as they are now in the 5th and 6th position. The final 2 transfer spots into our A-Main here this evening as Glenn Townsend continues to lead the way. The 32 of Aaron Conover right there with them in that 2nd spot. Tanner Puresall back in position number 3 and Joe Vendetti rounding out our top 4 here on the racetrack. as Tanner Pearsall continue to find some speed here. That 6 ride getting hooked up here on the outside lane, trying to make the move around that 32 of Aaron Conover is back in that 5th and 6th position. Jeffrey Hyatt and Kenneth Coe, who we did see battle there for a few laps, trying to duke it out between each other for that 6th and final transfer spot, but the mistake out of the 07 has McLeod on the outside looking in here as the white flag has been displayed. So this time, out of corner number 4, the checker flag will be displayed, and it's Glenn Townsend who will pick up that B main win. Tanner Pearsall in second with Aaron Conover, Joe Vendetti, Jeffrey Hyatt, and Kenneth Coe rounding out our top 6, and they will punch their ticket into the A main feature event. What a run and what a drive right there. Let's get a look at the official standings here for that B main consolation races. Unfortunately, few drivers not transferring through, so Dan McLeod and Michael Farmer unfortunately will load up their rides. They will join the fans in the stands here this evening, and they will not transfer through into our feature event here this evening. As Ralph, I do believe, is one of our admins. Same with Quinton as well. They're in the 9th and 10th position. Both of those drivers are both part of the admin crew here this evening, as we'll get them all stacked up, racked up, ready to go to battle in just a couple more seconds here as these drivers are out on the racetrack. A quick warm-up session. They're going to be working on their race cars, making sure they are absolutely picture perfect and ready to rock and roll here this evening, and that'll give us a quick little break as well to get a drink in and get ready to rock and roll here for our A main feature event. As Kara, Billy, Tabor, what's good, Tabor, coming in, show the love here in this one. Billy coming in, smashing that thumbs up on the broadcast. How are you, Billy? Billy coming in, showing the love here this evening as Brandon Gilswhite, hopefully I'm saying that right. Brandon coming in as well over there on YouTube says, let's go Tyler Knopf and Michael Farmer. Well, Knopf definitely in the A main feature event. Unfortunately for Michael Farmer, he was one of 2 drivers that unfortunately did not transfer through to our A main feature event here this evening. As we will get these drivers out on the racetrack, they will get a quick warm-up session in here. I don't believe it's going to be that full 10 minutes, so it will be a lot shorter of a wait time here, but that's going to give us a quick little break here, so enjoy these drivers out on the racetrack as they'll get rolling here in just a few more seconds. We'll get a quick break in, get a quick drink, and get ready to rock and roll here for our A main feature event.
Dust up under moonlit skies, throttle wide open, no compromise. Tires screaming loud, dirt flies free, adrenaline rushing, it's just you and me. Engines roaring in a mad race, mud splashing on every face. Rivals on the track ain't got a chance in this chaos we call our dance. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war on chains. roaring in a mad race. Mud splashing on every face. Rivals on the track ain't got a chance in this chaos we call our dance. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. In the dust and mud, we're permanently stained. Rolling through the night, lights blur and blend. Round and round the track, no clear end. Freedom found in every spin. In the dirt we find our way. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. In the dust and mud, we're permanently stained.
Woo! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as our main feature event is about to get underway. These drivers are getting ready to go to battle here this evening. 75 laps on the docket here for the Snowstorm Showdown here this evening. $400 on the line for the race winner, and starting at the front of the field in the top spot in the 611 ride, that is Logan Herbert. To his outside, it's Bo Stencil is 1 and 2, down through 3 and 4, and we will end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here at the beautiful Lernerville Speedway. Logan Herbert out in front will lead us down into corner number 3 and out of 4 once again, and he will lead lap number 1 here this afternoon. So Logan Herbert out in front. That's Tanner Tomasi right there behind him in position number 2. Bo Stencil and Sean McPhee now working around that 09 right of Tomasi for the second spot here on the racetrack, as everybody looking to try to race their way to the front of the field. Matt Yorker right there in the thick of it as he rolls into the middle as the 71 ride of Trevin McCrillis working to the outside. McCrillis in the Brighton Recycling Incorporated number 71 up and into position number 5 now as he works to the outside of Caleb Durgan. Durgan now looking down low, gets a great run out of corner number 2. He's to the inside here of Bo Stencil as we will see our first caution flag of the day fly. Looks like the 93 rider Jeffrey Hyatt running into some issues, in the 99 also getting tied up in this one, as we'll see a little bit of beating and banging here. The 93 trying to keep that car pointed in the right direction. Fortunately, he's going to send it down through corner number 3 and 4. They're already stacked up here in front of him, as that's Billy Roberts, who ends up going around here at the front. Let's take a look here and see what happens to Billy Roberts. As, man, it is a hornet's nest here throughout the middle of the field, and unfortunately, looks like Billy's just going to get in there. Gets a good piece of the number 97 ride. That's Keaton Holder. Going to get a piece of right there. There's that contact. Unfortunately for the Gears Unlimited Enemy Consulting 99 ride, he gets turned around right there. The 28 nowhere to go as he slides into him. There's the 72 of Hollenbeck also getting tied up in that one, and then Jeffrey Hyatt slides in there and ends up making some pretty good front end contact with the 93. So a couple tore up race cars. There's our first caution flag of the day will fly. We will get everyone loaded back into the sim. Everyone back looking for the win here this evening as $400 on the line for our feature winner here this evening. 400 big ones. I do believe it goes down to 125 for second, 75 for third, and then I do believe it's like 50 and 40 for fourth and fifth, and I do believe six also gets $25, and I believe there's a $65 hard charger award on the line as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on who's moving up and through the field. As right now Caleb Durgan, one of those drivers, and he's looking for some more spots quickly on this restart, already poking his nose into the middle in between that two ride of Sean McPhee and the 09 of Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi trying to hold on to it as out in front. Logan Herbert continues to lead the way. Herbert sitting pretty here in this one as he continues just to try to keep all these drivers back there at bay. Continues to try to put a bit of a gap between himself and the rest of the field as they're 3-4 wide back here battling behind him. As you do see that 9 right of Bo Stencil trying to work himself back inside the top 5 here. Tomasi trying to work himself there as well, but Tomasi up into the outside fence. Heavy contact for the 09 ride. No caution flag on the racetrack as of yet as Tomasi on his side, upside down in corner number 1. Tanner Tomasi goes for a ride. He will have to take that car down pit side here, and unfortunately that may put him a lap or multiple laps down if he can't get back out onto the racetrack quick enough, as the crew will go to work and try to get that Speed Ranch 09 ride back out there on the speedway. We'll take a look back and see what happens as the 71 of McCrillis to his outside. That's Caleb Durgan in the white machine. He is rolling there in the almost the middle of 4 wide in the 9 right of Bo Stencil down low in that 9 machine. So you do see the 09 go for a big slider right there over McCrillis. McCrillis cuts back down underneath of him, tries to split him back down the front straightaway, and unfortunately things are just going to get very, very tight here. McCrillis has that 1 right of Caleb Durgan come up the racetrack and into him. That moves him up the racetrack, unfortunately, into the line of the 09 of Tanner Tomasi, and Tomasi gets up and into the outside fence. The car just hooks in there, goes up and over down into quarter number 1, and a pretty wild ride right there for that 09 machine, and unfortunately that's what puts Tomasi down pit side. Let's see if we can jump on board here with Tanner, see what he can see from the helmet cam of this 09 ride. He throws the big move right there, the slide jump over McCrillis, and then down the front straightaway. Things get tight in a quick hurry, and then that car goes up and into the fence and upside down. Not a sight you want to see from the front windshield. Any of the drivers out there on the speedways. He is still down pit side, and we're going to be getting ready to go back to green flag racing as Logan Herbert in the 611 ready to rock and roll here once again as Chris Wasson. Mr. Wasson coming in showing the love with that follow on the live stream. Kevin Squibbs Jr. coming in with that heart reaction, as well as my boy Austin Wormuth and Travis Creech coming in with those likes and shares on the broadcast. Is out in front, Logan Herbert trying to hold on to this one, trying to be that reflection of perfection, trying to lead all 75 laps here in our A-Main feature event, but there's a lot of hungry drivers back there behind him, especially Caleb Durgan, as it's about to be Durkee time here as he's looking to battle for this race lead, trying to get to the back bumper of that Public Enemy setups in 611 ride, as it's a pair of the Public Enemy setup rides right there in front of him as Durkee rolls to the back bumper again of Logan Herbert. Back in position number 3 is that 2 of Sean McPhee. Gonna round up there on the outside lane, starting to find a pretty good groove up there. Same with that 71 ride of Trevin McCrillis as McCrillis working to the outside here of that 9 ride of Bo Stencil once again and trying to jump back into position number 4. Looks like he will make that move. Now gets a little bit of contact there with Caleb Durgan. Him and Durkee make contact down through quarter 1 and 2. Caleb Durgan will slide back to 4th, and Trevin McCrillis up and into position number 3 on the racetrack. So McCrillis now into 3rd in the Brighton Recycling. Number 71 machine looking to try to jump up here and into this fight for the front of the field as he wants to be our new race leader here and one of our only race leaders of the day, as we've only seen Logan Herbert out in front, but there's a lot of hungry drivers surrounding that 6-11 ride out there on the speedway. As Nick Brundage back up inside the top 5, so the 916 works to the back bumper here of that one right of Caleb Durgan, as he's got Riley Knoll, the 07 right there, as the caution flag will come back out. Our third caution flag here of this main feature event, as it looks like Tanner Pearsall running into some issues here. Let's take a look back and see what happens to the BDR Speed number 6 machine. As Tanner Pearsall a little deeper in the field here, trying to keep himself out of trouble. Gets up a little bit high there on quarter exit. Unfortunately, going to find that outside fence right here. Now, I'm not sure if there was any contact between himself and that 79 ride. Let's see if we can get another angle of this one and see if there's any contact between him and Keaton Holder. But I do believe the 6 just down through quarter 3 and 4 just washes up the racetrack a little bit too far. Watch that right rear here. Looks like it's just going to go over the berm right there on corner exit, and he is going to find that outside fence. Rear end juts out into the 97 to Keaton Holder. Really nowhere to go for Holder. The 22 of Coe going to get a little damage there as well, but that number 6 machine goes for a pretty wild ride down the front straightaway before it finally lands back onto all 4 wheels and keeps on rolling there on the racetrack. And that was definitely a lucky break there for Tanner Pearsall, but he does take that car down pit road. Let's jump on board with them here. You see, it's pretty dusty. It's pretty tough to see around this racetrack, and unfortunately, if you missed your mark just ever so slightly, you can pay the price in a quick hurry. As you see that 6 ride go for a barrel roll down the front straightaway there. Tough break for him as we are quickly back to green flag racing. Logan Herbert with another green flag, and he has another perfect restart. That 6-11 right of Logan Herbert trying to keep all these drivers back there at bay as Caleb Durgan going to slide up over the nose of Sean McPhee. McPhee trying to hold on to that second spot on the racetrack as the 2-in-1 rides there at the front of the field, duking it out here. As here comes that 07 big run for Riley Knoll. Knoll with a big run, and now as that 07 up and into 4th, but a little contact there between himself and that number 2 of Sean McPhee. McPhee in the 07 make contact. Here comes another big run as that 07 absolutely hooked up on the high side down through 1 and 2, but makes contact with that number 2 again up and into the outside fence. He's going to get stopped on the racetrack. No caution flag as of yet. There he goes. He's going to get rolling here for Riley Knoll, going from a battle inside our top 5 to all of a sudden now back in the 21st position on the speedway. As out in front, Logan Herbert, he's loving to see it as he's got that one right at Caleb Durgan. Now working to his outside here is Durkee time here at the front of the field. Caleb Durgan, Logan Herbert 1 and 2 as Herbert slides up the racetrack. Caleb Durgan down low will take that race lead away as it's Durkee time here at Lernerville Speedway. Caleb Durgan out in front and leading the way. That will move Logan Herbert back to second to Sean McPhee. They're in position number 3 with Nick Brundage there in 4th. Bo Sensel back in position number 5. Trevin McCrail is there in 6th with Kieran Roundtree. Matt Yorker, the 29 of Joe Vendetti, now into 9th, and Cal Rudy there in our 10th position. He's got the 72 of Hunter Hollenbeck to his outside with Kenneth Coe, Travis Creech, Taylor Wasson, Tyler Nuff, Keaton Holder, Jeffrey Hyatt, Glenn Townsend, Billy Roberts, Riley Knoll, Aaron Conover, Tanner Tomasi, Tanner Pearsall, and Braden Rich bringing up the rear of the field in the 24th position. And some drivers having some very good luck. Other drivers, unfortunately, not so lucky. Some have been sliding backwards, but others have been working their way towards the front of the field. And right now, it is a tight battle for our hard charger. As the 29 ride of Joe Vendetti up 13 positions. He started back in 22nd. He's now up and inside the top 10 on the racetrack, but a mistake down through corner 3 and 4. Up and over the berm goes the 29 ride. He will rejoin the field, and unfortunately all the ground that he made up, he just threw out the window as he has slid back again into the 21st position. He was in a perfect spot for the Hard Charger Award here this afternoon and trying to work his way up throughout the top 10, but now back in 21st, and a heartbreaker there for him. As we do see Kenneth Coe, he will join the top 10 now. Kenneth Coe, now our Hard Charger on the Speedway in that Hard Charger position, up 14 spots on the Speedway. He was the last driver to qualify for this A main feature event. Came home in the 6th and final transfer spot out of our B main consolation race in the 22. Kenneth Coe finds himself now inside the top 10 and trying to work himself around that 2 ride. Cal Rudy for position number 9. As Kenneth Coe up 14 positions, Hunter Hollenbeck, he's up 10 spots here on the racetrack as we do see a couple of drivers running into issues. And oh baby, this may get interesting as I do believe, I'm not sure if Caleb Durgan may have gotten tied up in this one or not, or if it was Taylor Wasson. It might have been Wasson. Let's keep an eye here on this one ride of Caleb Durgan. As Durgan up on the high side here. And there you go. You see that 07 turn around. Caleb Durgan nowhere to go. He slides in to that 07 of Taylor Wasson. Fortunately, pretty good damage there for that one machine as our race leader nowhere to go, rolling the outside groove. All of a sudden, that 07 parked right in his tire tracks. Same with that number 2 ride as, man, a tough break for Sean McPhee. McPhee slides in there, gets pretty good damage as well. Heavy contact there between himself and that one of Caleb Durgan. You also see Logan Herbert up and around him here, getting out of the way of that 07. A good piece of heads-up driving there for Herbert to avoid any additional contact. So let's take a look here. The pair of 07s out there on the racetrack, Taylor Wasson and the other 07 battling door to door. Unfortunately, they make contact. That's what puts that 07 of Watson up the racetrack. He gets a little contact between him and the 28. That's what gets him turned around and stopped there on the racetrack. Unfortunately for our race leaders, they find him there in a quick hurry as we'll get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one. Is Scott Spees, my boy Scott, coming in, showing the love. What's good, Scotty? Scotty coming in, showing the love, smashing that like on the stream. How are you, brothers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? If you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Hit that share button, hit that follow, and subscribe button. Become part of the Peacemaker family today. As we will get them back out there on the racetrack. They are stacked up 2 by 2 and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here from Lernerville Speedway as that number 1 machine of Caleb Durgan continues to lead the way. Durkee out in front with Sean McPhee there in position number 2 as Logan Herbert trying to still work that inside lane is now Bo Stencil there to his outside. Kieran Roundtree up and inside the top 5 here on the Speedway is Matt Yorker back in position number 6, but here comes Nick Brundage. Hunter Hollenbeck right there as well as Kenneth Coe and Cal Rudy as Coe continues to work his way up towards the front of the field as Trevin McGrillis unfortunately outside the top 10 as of right now as the Brighton Recycling number 71 machine slides back into position number 11 here on the Speedway. Was up battling at the front of the field. We'll see if he can try to get back there before the end of this race as this is a very long one here this afternoon. 75 laps of racing action. We're already halfway through this race and halfway left to go here this evening. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what we're going to do here at this moment in time with only 30 more laps of racing action here this evening, we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. a beautiful crank it up session right there, giving us some of the sights and sounds around Lernerville Speedway here this afternoon. Is out in front. It's still the #1 ride. It's Caleb Durgan who continues to lead the way here this afternoon. Caleb Durgan out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done. Is down the back straightaway into corner number 3, and out at corner number 4 we will see 20 more laps of racing action here this evening. As out in front it's Durgan done. Caleb Durgan leading the way here this evening, as right there behind him that's Logan Herbert. Herbert back into position number 2, starting to get that car wound up on the outside lane. We saw him early in this race for probably the first 45 laps or better, rolling that inside groove, probably trying to stage these tires for later in this race, and now trying to use them to his benefit, hoping to see if he's got a little bit more traction, a little bit more drive than what the drivers around him have. As we do see one driver up and into the outside fence right there, that was Sean McPhee. McPhee into the outside fence. He will go from position number 3 all the way back now into the 8th spot, but quickly underneath that 07, looking to try to move himself back up into position number 7. As we will take a look here and see what happens as the caution flag is displayed in a tough break here for that number 2 ride, as the Public Enemy setups machine of Sean McPhee unfortunately misses the berm here. A different kind of driving lane. He kind of gets up there a little high, and unfortunately that right rear is just going to go up and over the banking. He goes into the outside fence. Unfortunately loses a ton of track position. Has a lot of drivers that just scoot on by him, including Trevin McCrillis in that Brighton Recycling number 71 machine. So a couple tough breaks right there, and McPhee now finds himself back in about the 8th position, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Caleb Durgan continuing to lead the way, as now the outside lane will be held by the 611 machine. That is the Herbert Speed Shot number 611 ride, as he rolls there in position number 2. In position number 3 is Bo Stencil with Kieran Roundtree now into 4th. Nick Brundage back in position number 5 as the Bright Recycling Incorporated, the Dig machine, the House of Speed ride. 71 of Trevin McCrillis back in position number 6, and then we see that 07 Riley Knoll, the 2 ride of Sean McPhee. Kenneth Coe, Cal Rudy rounding out our top 10 with Keith Holder, Joe Vendetti, Taylor Wasson, Matt Yorker, Jeffrey Hyatt, Tyler Nuff, Travis Creech, Aaron Conover, Hunter Hollenbeck, Billy Roberts rounding out our top 20 with Taylor Wasson, Tanner Tomasi, Tanner Pearsall, and Braden Rich rounding out our field. As 24 drivers started this A-main feature event, we still have 21 rolling out there on the racetrack as Tanner Tomasi, Tanner Pearsall, and Braden Rich all down pit side. It's out in front. It's Logan Herbert down low, going for the big slide job right there, looking to try to take this race lead back away from Caleb Durgan. Durgan, though, a great slide job and a great crossover as he's looking to hang on to it. His contact back there behind him. Look out, that is the 2 of Kieran Roundtree and the number 9 of Bo Stencil getting tied together at a corner number 2. Pretty good contact between the pair of them, as we do see the caution flag come out. So the caution flag will be displayed here once again. Let's see if we can see some issues here on the restart. Potentially a couple of drivers deeper in the field making contact here. The 75, the 41 right there. Pretty good contact as the 41 ends up into Jeffrey Hyatt. Hyatt in that 93. Really nowhere for him to go here, as he's just going to hang on to this one. Let's take a look back and see here on the restart as the 75 gets in there. The 41 gets a little bit sideways, washes up the racetrack right in front of the 75. They make some contact, and then this 41 just washes up the track into Jeffrey Hyatt. That's going to get Hyatt slideways there on the racetrack. They get tied together again. You see the 75 come in there. He launches into that one car up onto one wheel. And you'll see the 99 ride of Billy Roberts also on one wheel there, doing a good stompy down the back straightaway. And that's where we'll see that caution flag come back out. So we'll get them all stacked up, racked up, ready to try this one all over again. As $400 on the line, it's not a little bit of money. There is a lot of money on the line here this evening, and each and every one of these drivers, they want to get their share of it, and they want to try to put that into their pocket. As Logan Herbert out in front, looking to take that race lead away from the one right of Caleb Durgan. Durgan going to take it back down through corner number 3 and 4. We'll see if he can hold it down across the line. This time does not look like he will lead that lap as Logan Herbert back out in front. So Logan Herbert once again leading the way as the one rider Caleb Durgan just continues to find a ton of speed down these straightaways, able to use it to his advantage as he will work back down low. He will take that race lead back away from Mr. Herbert as Logan will slide back again into position number 2. Nick Brundage now in the 916. He's going to poke his nose underneath of that 611 machine as Kieran Roundtree and Riley Knoll rounding out our top 5 here on the racetrack is Trevin McGrillis. McGrillis running into some issues. The Brighton Recycling 71 ride up and off the racetrack down towards pit entry here in corner number 3. Looks like he will get that car turned around and down pit side. A tough break right there for Trevin McGrillis as he'll take that car down and into his pit stall here. Definitely not a very happy camper as that's not the way he wanted his afternoon to go. As he does end up down pit side, is out in front, continuing to lead the way. It's Caleb Durgan as Durkee time and Logan Herbert continuing to battle here in this one for the race lead as Nick Brundage right there trying to poke his nose into that battle at the front of the field. Unfortunately, just can't quite find enough to jump up into that battle as we'll get another caution flag here on the racetrack. Caution flag back out onto the speedway this time. Looks like the 97 of Keaton Holder running into some issues. Let's take a look here as the RBJ Designs number 97 ride down through the grass slides up the racetrack here. Oh, little contact right there with Holland Beck, and unfortunately they end up going a little 3 wide right there out at corner number 4, and all of a sudden, that got super tight, not only for the 97, but for the 72 ride, just trying to keep himself out of trouble. Does get up into the outside fence as the RBJ number 97 comes down the racetrack into the 29 ride. He's the one that goes around, ends up with some pretty good damage there into the 28 and the 75 ride out there on the racetrack as Keaton Holder will have to try to get that car repaired and back out onto the racetrack here as we get ready for another restart here in just a few more moments, and the laps are continuing to count down, and we are down to our final few laps here of this feature event. I do believe it will be a green-white checkered finish, and there's only 2 more laps left to go here from Lernerville Speedway. It's Caleb Durgan out in front. Durgan leads the way here with Logan Herbert there in second. Herbert right there in position number 2 as they round corner number 3 and 4. We'll see that white flag fly one more time around here for Caleb Durgan, but Logan Herbert down low going for the big slide job. Now looking to throw a block down the back straightaway. Durgan with a big move down through 3 and 4 as I get the hiccups down to the line, side by side. It is Caleb Durgan picking up the win here this afternoon. I don't know where I got the hiccups from, but we got the hiccups, chat, on those final laps. That is annoying. Where do those hiccups come from? My gosh. As the Snowstorm Showdown winner, Caleb Durgan getting the job done in pulling the number 1 right up and into victory lane after having the pill draw here of last place. He got that final pill draw, started at the rear of the field in our final heat race, was able to transfer through into this A-main feature event. Throughout that A-main, he gains 8 positions and picks up the win here this afternoon as Durgan gets it done here in this one. Logan Herbert back in second, and Nick Brundage in position number 3. Kieran Roundtree and Bo Stencil rounding out our top 5 here in this one. But it's all Caleb Durgan here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a round of applause up in the comment section. Let's get some hashtag ones up in the chat as well, and some checkered flags as Caleb Durgan picking picking up the win in the $400 payday that comes with it here this evening. As my boy Scott Spees coming in, show the big love here in this one. I don't know why I got the hiccups. That is killing me, chat. That is killing me. Is Tammy Durgan coming in with the like on the stream as well? How are you, Tammy? Tammy coming in, showing the big love as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth here this afternoon. Let's see if we can try to get them up here and into the comment section. As man, I am over these hiccups, chat. What in the world? I'm just trying to talk here. I'm trying to get some words out, and unfortunately, it's been a lot of hiccups here the last couple minutes, and that is driving me wild. Caleb Durgan picking up the win. $400, man, going into his pocket is absolutely insane. That was a lot of fun, man. That was a great race. A lot of back and forth, a lot of door-to-door, side-by-side, 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide racing out there on the speedway. Man, oh, man, oh, that was a ton of fun to watch these drivers duke it out. Now, I do believe we're still waiting for these guys to jump into the general voice channels here. I'm not sure if they're jumping in here for post-race interviews or not. We'll see if we can try to get them in here. Not 100% sure if we will, but let's see if we can get them in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get a few of these guys up and into the action as... Man, I'm so over these hiccups, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so over these hiccups. Wowzers, that is absolutely insane. Hiccups are the absolute worst, and it's driving me wild right now. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to speak here. See if we can get these guys in here for post-race interviews or not. I still don't see any of them in there. And I don't know if I have controls to drag them in. Let me see if I can get them in there. Alrighty, well, we're waiting for these guys to get into the general voice channel here. Oh, there we go. I can see all the other channels now. There we go. There we go. Now I can see the rest of the channels. Now I can... Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our race winner, Caleb Durgan, waiting patiently here down pit side. Let's pull him up and into the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Caleb, man, what a run. What a drive. Take us back through this one. As a lot of tight racing, a lot of tough competition out there on the speedway. But throughout this race, you slowly but surely work yourself towards the front of the field. A tight battle there for quite a while between yourself and that 6'11" rider Logan Herbert and so many other tough competitors. But you're able to take that race lead away. You're able to continue to battle there with Logan Herbert in these closing laps, and you're able to beat him back across the line and picking up the dub and the $400 payday that goes along with it.
Yeah, it feels great. Once I found out that yellow laps were counting, I was kind of a little worried. I know what Logan does setup wise, just by racing with him so much, and I knew with caution laps counting, it was gonna hurt me and help him. So, I knew from that point on, I just had to run a perfect race, hit my marks every lap, and I feel like I did a pretty decent job at it. It was a good race. Me and McPhee battled for a little bit, and me and Logan. It's cool that me and Logan come out here and race clean for $400, but he can't race me worth a damn in officials. So, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, a huge thank you to Logan and McPhee and all the guys at Public Enemy for putting this on. We don't get money races for big blocks that often, so you got to give respect where respect's due. So, thank you to them for putting this on.
Absolutely. Thank you to them putting on a great show and a great event here for all these amazing drivers and being able to help you out and put a little extra cash into your pocket here this afternoon. A lot of money on the line, and I'm sure that was sitting in the back of the mind of a lot of these drivers, and that's probably where we saw a lot of these caution flags stem from. But late in this race, we see a couple more of those yellow flags, a couple late race restarts. And you got to try to hold off Logan Herbert here, multiple times. He's right there to your outside, to your inside. And there in those closing laps, a couple different runs, a couple different slide jumps between the two of you. Take us kind of through that battle. What's going through your mind there in those closing laps, knowing that he can try to throw that big block or try to just keep you back there behind him with his back bumper and try to mirror drive you there a little bit to hold you off?
Yeah, I knew that cut down was a really good line to run. So, and the way he was throwing his sliders, you know what I mean? He was just bombing in there way too hard. So I knew as long as I, entered on the top and got my momentum to cut down, I would have been fine. I on the last lap, I felt like I had to block him though. It could have went a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? I just feel like any racer that is racing for some money would block the slider there. But no, yeah, Logan ran a good race. It was just I had the more dominant line, you know what I mean? And he wasn't throwing his sliders exactly how I would have if I was in the same situation as him. So, I think it's just one of them things where it comes down to racecraft and, knowing where to put your car in what situations.
Absolutely. Two tough competitors, two great drivers duking it out here at the front of the field in our closing laps. And Caleb, you were able to come out on top and pull that number one ride up and into the Lernerville Speedway victory lane here and able to pick up that $400 check here this evening, man. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance out there on the racetrack?
Yeah, first off, I have to give a thank you to Bubba McPhee. I wasn't going to run this race until he came to me and we worked out a little deal to run this race. Maybe I'll be a nice guy and send him his money back. But, huge thank you to him for, he convinced me into it. So that's all him. And, Brad Michalowski, he was giving me lap times and, everyone at the Durkee Dig crew, Ryan Conrad, Kenny Cudney, just a lot of great people within one team that makes the team great. So, I might be the one getting the results, but there's a lot more to it than just me. So, shout out to them. Thank you for, broadcasting it. I know when I talked to them, they didn't really know if anyone was going to broadcast it. And I don't know. I'm just happy to be able to come in one of these money races and put Durkee Dig on top where it belongs. So, I think we made a statement tonight, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Caleb, a great run, a great race, and it's definitely Durkee Dig on top here this evening as it's Durkee time down in Victory Lane. Congratulations on picking up the win, and hopefully we'll see you up here throughout 2025 in Victory Lane more and more often.
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Yes, you as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Caleb Durgan, as Durgan picks up the win and pulls that number one ride up and into Victory Lane here this evening. As we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher, the man with the plan, the master man, the guy who put this all on for these amazing drivers, and also being able to earn a little bit of extra payday here himself for all of his valiant efforts in his great race here, coming home in position number two. Now it's not $400, but still a couple extra bucks into the back pocket here of the 611 ride of Logan Herbert, as we'll get ready to pull Logan up and into the broadcast booth. Hey Logan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Logan, man, another great run, another great race here for you as you're able to come home in position number two. But after leading a lot of laps here, especially throughout the first half of this race, and then duking it out late with so many talented drivers, when you look around you, obviously the the battle between you and Caleb Durgan, but you throw Nick Brundage, Kieran Roundtree, Bo Stinsel up there, and you get, other tough competitors like Trevin McCrillis and Tanner Tomasi and so many other good guys like Sean McPhee all over your back bumper, trying to find a way around you, trying to beat you here this evening, and being able to hang on and pull yourself up here still into position number 2. You got to feel pretty happy with the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, I really usually would be happy with second, but I feel like I had the car to win, and I mean, I just, like, every time I tried to make a move, the caution came out, and I feel bad for everyone running the race. I promoted this race, and it just didn't turn out. I hired an admin team, and just no one showed up. So just off the spot, I had to hire someone that was in the race. They decided not to race an admin, and it was just hard. Like, he's not an actual admin. He races, and that's just not supposed to be his job. So it wasn't the best race. Like, I guess it could be worse, but there's some mistakes on my end as well. But I just wish that it could be right for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure these guys still had a lot of fun. Man, that was some pretty good racing out there, even though we had, 7, 8 caution flags. It didn't seem like too many for a 75-lap race. I've definitely seen a lot worse ones here on the simulator. But, man, we saw a lot of, 2, 3, 4, even 5 wide racing out there, and a lot of back and forth, a lot of tight battles, and a little bit of elbows up, rubbing and scrubbing there as well. And it comes right down to the very end. Obviously, it had to end that way. A green, white checkered finish, and you and Mr. Caleb Durgan get out here for those 2 final laps and a couple slide jobs, crossovers, and unfortunately he was able to get the one up on you coming out of corner number 4 to pick up the checkered flag.
Yeah, me and Caleb really did have a good race. He was fast all night long. I was kind of, even though I was leading those first like 30 laps or whatever I led, I was kind of saving my tires, just running around the bottom, making sure not to spin them, and I feel like that's really what gave me the advantage there at the end and made my car fire there. But just ran out of laps. We'll try in the next one.
Yeah, absolutely, man, and I'm sure you're going to put on some more amazing events just like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, always be on the lookout for all of Logan Herbert's amazing events, man. A lot of great money races in different leagues that you throw together, and hopefully you can get, more and more drivers into these and some more crazy action like we saw here this afternoon. As Logan, a great run, a great race. You're able to back it up here yourself with a solid second place run, and another great show out there on the racetrack nonetheless.
Yeah, I hope I do host a couple more of these. I mean, we'll see just like how it goes. That one definitely wasn't good, but I feel like just some improvements on my end, and just improvements on my end will just make this stuff better, and we'll see where it goes.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Logan, a great run, a great race, a solid second place finish here for you, man. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for your great run and great performance out there on the racetrack?
Yeah, Public Enemy Setups, Joe Venditti, he actually built this set. I just wanted to try something different for this race, and Joe usually just drives for us, and he built a setup for this, and it was fast. I love it. He did a good job. Nick Brundage, Sean McPhee, you for broadcasting, everyone for signing up. Like I said, I know it wasn't the best, but I know we can do better.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we can't wait to see you guys back in action. Hopefully, we'll have something open and we can get you guys in for, maybe another one of these races or something in the future, and see these drivers and yourself, putting some money together for all these amazing big block drivers and competitors out there in the simulator to race and battle and try to earn themselves an extra payday here on, one of these future nights.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the second place finish.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Logan Herbert. Herbert coming home in position number 2. A very good run and a very good drive there for the number 611 ride, as we actually have the stream ending here. Let's play this back just a little bit. There we go. Let's just get this going back here, and let's just go back a little bit there. There we go. All right, as this race coming to a close here, a lot of great racing, a lot of great battling out there on the Speedway, and our third place finisher, Nick Brundage, getting ready to jump up here into the broadcast booth. But first, we got to give a shout out to my boy, Zach Clark. Zach Clark coming in with the heart reaction on the broadcast, coming in showing the love, says, excellent commentary. I appreciate that, Zach, coming in showing the love here in this one. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys do exactly what Zach just did. Even if you're re-watching the broadcast, make sure you hit the like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Become part of the Peacemaker family today as we'll get ready to pull in the 916 machine of Nick Brundage, as Brundage coming home here in position number 3. Hey, Nick, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Going there.
Not much, Nick. A very good run here for you, man. A lot of back and forth, a lot of 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide out there on the racetrack, and some craziness up there towards the front of the field. A couple, incidents where we saw drivers go up and over the banking, go from a solid top 5 run to all of a sudden outside the top 15, and a lot of back and forth here. We saw you fall back a little bit, drive back up there, and then fall back again, and there in those closing laps, you're able to make a couple decent moves. You get around Kieran Roundtree and Bo Stencil, and you find yourself back up in a solid top 3 run here this evening, man. Take us back through this race and what's going through your mind as you park it up on the podium.
Yeah, it was a good race. I was just trying to make sure I didn't sail it off the top there. I was fast, and I knew there was going to be caution, so I started to slow down a little bit, and some of the guys that were running the top ended up sailing off the track like I thought, so it ended up working out, and Logan and Caleb had a good race, so it was pretty fun.
And definitely a very fun race, definitely a very interesting end to this one. Obviously, the green-white checkered, but as you're trying to race for third there, I'm sure you saw through your windshield some pretty crazy racing there between Caleb and Logan for the top spot. What was kind of going through your mind there in those closing laps, hoping that maybe those two got tied together, maybe they would make a mistake and open up the door for you to slide by and steal this win?
I sort of knew they were gonna race each other clean, but it was getting a little. I was a little worried whenever those cautions were coming out. I was catching them, and I didn't need that. But other than that, yeah, I was just hoping they would slow each other down enough for me to pass them.
Absolutely. Right there, ready to strike late in this race as Nick, you park it up in position number 3 here this afternoon. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance out there on the racetrack?
I gotta thank Public Enemy, everybody that signed up for the race, you for streaming it, Logan for putting it up, and everybody that put up bonuses as well.
Perfect. Well, Nick, a great run, a great race. We can't wait to see you back in action tomorrow night, as we'll see you in the Q West League and right back in these modifieds and ready to roll and ready to race for what could be a championship there in the Q West.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Nick Brundage. Is Brundage coming home there in position number 3. Another solid run, another great race there for Nick as he comes home in position number 3 here this evening and rounding out our podium here. But it was all Caleb Durgan as Durgie gets it done here in this one. Caleb Durgan picking up the win and pulling his number 1 machine up and into victory lane as we'll get ready to, unfortunately, call it a night right there. The racing action has come to a close, man, but these drivers, they put on one heck of a race, one heck of a show here for us. If you guys haven't, make sure you hit the like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Become part of the Peacemaker family here today and turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. That way you never miss any of the green flag racing here on the channel. As that will do it for us here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Everyone coming in and showing the love here throughout the evening. Any of the new subscribers, any of the new star senders, followers, anybody that came in and showed the love throughout the broadcast, I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys back in here tomorrow night around the same time, probably around 8 o'clock-ish or so. We'll be back live again as these big block modifieds will be back in action now. Not sure where we're going to be tomorrow night, as I'm not sure where Q West is headed to, but we will see a lot of these same drivers right back into the action. I do believe we're headed to Knoxville Raceway. Woo, baby, that's going to be a fun race. Knoxville Raceway tomorrow afternoon for the Q West Racing League. That's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to see more of these drivers, more of these amazing modifieds duke it out here, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow evening as well, right around 8:30 Eastern time for another amazing race, another amazing show here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But listen, can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Can't thank you guys enough for watching here tonight, and I will see you guys back in here tomorrow evening. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Kicking dust up under moonlit skies. Throttle wide open, no compromise. Tires screaming loud, dirt flies free. Adrenaline rushing, it's just you and me. Engines roaring in a mad race. Mud splashing on every face. Rivals on the track ain't got a chance in this chaos we call our dance. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. In the dust and mud, we're permanently stained. Rolling through the night, lights blur and blend. Round and round the track, no clear end. Freedom found in every spin. In the dirt we find our way. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. In the dust and mud, we're permanently stained. We're permanently stained. Kicking dust up under moonlit skies. Throttle wide open, no compromise. Tires screaming loud, dirt flies free. Adrenaline rushing, it's just you and me. Engines roaring in a mad race. Mud splashing on every face. Rivals on the track ain't got a chance in this chaos we call our dance. Slide on the edge, feeling alive. Every heartbeat keeps the dream alive. Fast lane chasing every twist and turn. In the fire we crash and burn. Leading the pack, but the night is young. Running circles till the final song. Not just a game, but a war unchained. track. No clear